Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronnie, and I'm here to welcome everybody here at Unity, and especially welcome our duet over here, Chris and Beverly, promising us some harmonies. And could we please stand and join in singing our opening song, Yes, I Am.
Good morning, everyone. Are we on video as well? Good morning at home if you're watching us. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God. Yes, I am here to learn. Yes, I am here to live. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. And I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I know forevermore that I am loved. Yes, I am here to love. Yes, I am here to serve. Yes, I am here to be the love of God, my God. Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly. And thank you, Chris. They're so wonderful, aren't they? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is so nice to see you all today. It's been 2 Sundays since I've been, I guess 3 Sundays. I was away for 2 Sundays, and it feels wonderful to see all of you here and to be back here at home at Unity in New Westminster. Welcome home. Thank you. I am Reverend Rhona, and it is my pleasure to be the minister, the leader, the spiritual leader of this wonderful community of love and support, of inspiration and fun. And if you are joining us for the first time or joining us online, as now or in the future, then on behalf of all of us here at Unity in New Westminster, hello. We look forward to seeing you here in person one day, maybe. And either way, we're very, very happy that you are joining us today. Remember, please, and this goes for all of us, remember, please, to subscribe, to like, to share, to do all of that stuff that seems to make a difference with how we get our message out in the world. So please do those things. Commercial over. Here at Unity of New Westminster, we share ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example. And we honor that there is wisdom to be found in story, in poetry, in prose, in written word, in song, in our life experiences, and certainly in other faith traditions as well. We honor every person's right to choose their own life path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. And our goal is to offer you ideas so that your life will be more calm, more contented, and more connected. And don't we all want at least one, if not all, of those things? Let us begin our service today in a time of affirmative, centering prayer. We begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are on the ancestral territory of the Kakite First Nation. And we give thanks for First Nation peoples and Indigenous peoples everywhere, for their connection and love of this land. We give thanks that we can join together to be reminded of our oneness, to be reminded that we are part of one power, one energy, one creative intelligence. Some people call that energy God, others Allah, Creator, science, nature, life, the universe. By whatever our understanding may be, for the creative energy and intelligence in which we live and breathe and have our being, we embrace the idea that it is one, that there is no spot that God is not. And that includes each and every person on this planet. That we are all connected. And it is from this sense of connection and this sense of unity that we extend a blessing for love, for peace, for contentment, for healing and comfort to every being on this planet. Knowing that our intention, our vibration, our love makes a difference, not just in the people we interact with every day, but even further. And for this knowledge, for this power, and for this intention, we are so grateful. And so it is. Amen. And I'm going to ask Diane to come and read the daily word for us.
Good morning, everyone. For Sunday, March 10th, the daily word is timeless. In timeless moments in the silence, I discover myself anew. I relax and let go, withdrawing my attention from the surroundings. Breathing deeply and rhythmically, my mind relaxes and my heart opens. I enter my sacred inner sanctuary. Here I have no awareness of time. I hear no words. I think no thoughts. I feel no separation. There is only the richness of silence, the awesome presence of infinite life, love, and wisdom. I am one with the presence. The time and attention I devote to my regular practice of meditation builds deep, abiding peace and clarity in my consciousness. In these timeless moments, I discover I have all I need. Enough strength, understanding, love, and time to progress along my path and accomplish all that is mine to do. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. Revelations 21:1.
Nice job, David.
Please stand and join us in the singing of I Want to Live Like That.
You can say.
What is the title of today's book?
A little low on the monitor, down the monitor. Channel 7, monitor, down a bit. That's perfect, thank you.
I want to learn from my mistakes. I want to give back what I take. I want to be there for my friends. I want to always make amends. I want to live like that. I want to laugh right out loud. I want to make my mama proud. I want to have the strength to cry. I want to always wonder why. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day. I want to live like that. I want to be heard when I pray. And I want to slow dance in the rain. I want to love and be loved back. Lose my way without a map. I want to live like that. I want to walk where things grow wild. And I want to see my baby smile. I want to grow old gracefully, gather shells beside the sea. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day. I want to live like that. Oh, I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day with every breath I take. I want to live like
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, Chris. What beautiful words to that song. So as we prepare ourselves to hear today's message, I'm going to invite you to close your eyes if that is comfortable for you as we move into a time of meditation. And if it's more safe or secure for you to keep your eyes open, then just allow them to rest gently on a focal point in front of you. And then take a breath. Or better yet, become aware of the breath that you take. And notice how the air enters your body and leaves your body in this lovely rhythm of life. And take a moment to be grateful for that. And with every breath, allow your body to sink deeper onto the surface that is supporting you. A couch, a chair, the floor, a bed. Whatever you are resting on, lean into it and feel the support. So your body does no work at all. And now bring to your mind's eye something that, when you think of it, brings a smile to your face. Something that, whenever you think of it, you feel lifted up. It might be thinking about holding a puppy or a kitty cat, smelling a flower, cuddling a baby or a loved one. Perhaps it's the idea of looking at a beautiful sunrise or sunset. Looking with awe at the snow-covered mountains. Perhaps it's, as Beverly sang, the idea of slow dancing in the rain. Gathering stones along the seashore. Now take a moment and bring to your mind's eye one of those images. And feel the joy, the wonder, the appreciation, the peace, the the peace that comes from that. And allow your face to smile. And allow your whole body to lift and to be filled with that feeling. And now imagine that feeling and place it somewhere in your body. For me, it's the picture of the first time I held my son. I take that picture and I hold it within me. Right in my chest. And know that every time that you feel upset, that you feel anxious, that returning to this picture will help to restore you. It will help to take away the fear. It will bring your body back into a peaceful place. It will remind you of what matters for you. And every time you think of one of these images, I invite you to create a little basket within you, a little photo album, if you will. Where you can access these lovely images that lift you up and bring you peace. So that you can live free of fear, centered, peaceful. Bring your heart comfort. So in the silence, I invite you now to think of an image. Place it somewhere where when you breathe and you think of it, you will be able to find it. And so it is.
I want to be heard when I pray. I want to slow dance in the rain. I want to love and be loved back. Lose my way without a map. I want to live like that. I want to walk where things grow wild. I want to see my baby smile. I want to love and be loved back. Lose my way without a map. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day. I want to live like that. I want to live that way. I don't want to be afraid. I want to love like that every day with every breath I take. I want to live like that. I want to live. I want to live like that. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna live like that.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Beverly. I love how that song moved from I want to live like that to I'm gonna live like that. So smart. So smart. I'm not sure if it's this that's making that crackling noise. Yeah, let me try that. We are,
That's better.
let me just see if that's better.
That's gonna be better, yeah.
Okay,
Causing some
some
friction.
kind of friction.
Yeah, can you put it on here somehow?
So you see what happens is these things are made for people who wear two-piece clothing, you know, so you can hook it into a pant or into,
Mute that. Cheers.
that probably helps.
Okay, great.
People, what's that? What's that, Chelsea? I think that was it. Oh, it was that one. It wasn't mine at all. Maybe. Good. It's always an adventure here. As long as, can you all hear me okay now? Yeah. Crystal clear. Good, Sev. I'm glad to hear it. Pay attention. No, kidding. Sometimes, actually, all kidding aside, these receivers or transmitters are designed to hook onto a piece of clothing, which doesn't work very well if you're wearing like a dress, you know? So how do you make that look snazzy? You don't. So anyway. Have you ever made a request to someone and it came out sounding kind of like a command? Apparently the answer is yes, at least up here. Have you ever been on the receiving end of somebody's misguided request that came off sounded like a command? I'm going to guess that it didn't work very well. Have you ever then found that you were at a loss for how to actually make the request in a way that doesn't alienate the other person? Or hear the request as a request rather than a command. Sometimes it is a demand. What can we do if we want to be in relationship and actually strengthen the relationships that we are in when we're wanting to request a change in somebody's behavior? This has to be, I think, one of the most universal challenges that we as humans face, is how to request or state a position without making another person wrong or completely dehumanizing them in some way. And I want to share with you some research findings by Dr. John Gottman, who is a psychologist who lives in Seattle. And for over 20 years, he has studied married couples and how they interact with each other. And as a result of this studying that he's done, he's written a book called The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. And recognize that although this study was done on couples, it's about relationships. And what applies with couples in relationship that he studies, those learnings can apply to every relationship we're in, whether it's a married relationship, a romantic relationship, a family relationship, friends, workplaces, all of our relations. And in his research, how he came to this research was really quite remarkable, because what he did was he invited couples to come to a condo unit in Seattle and spend a weekend there from Friday night to Sunday. And from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., these couples were recorded on camera. They had monitors to record their heart rate and monitors to record their sweat levels. And this place was called the Love Lab. And other than the bathroom and the bedroom, for obvious reasons, these people were recorded for the course of the weekend. And one would think that if you know that you've got these monitors on and you know that the cameras are there, that you'd be on your best behavior, wouldn't you? But not so much. It didn't take long before that didn't happen, and people fell into their regular patterns. And which in itself I find remarkable. But what was even more remarkable is that some of these couples came back several years later, some even as much as 10 and 15 years later, to be observed again and again. And over the course of that, Dr. Gottman and his team was able to gather some really useful information. And one of the most important findings that he noticed is that over 70% of the conflicts that he observed in these relationships in this love lab were never resolved. The people got older, their hair got grayer, or maybe it got lost, the wrinkles got more, the complaints remained the same. Can you relate? And at times that might feel like it's a little depressing, don't you think? Like, where's the hope in that? Well, the truth is, he also was able then to see what worked for people and what didn't. Knowing that the complaints are going to be the same, whether he had people who were what he considered marriage masters, because they came back, so that meant they were still together, or marriage disasters, where there was no couple who came back anymore. So he was able to learn what things worked for couples. And over time, he was able to predict with over 90% accuracy whether or not a relationship would last, and he could do it in less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes. How? By watching how people spoke to each other and how they didn't speak to each other. And he found that the major indicator in the success of relationships has to do with how we talk to each other, how we treat each other during disagreement. And this is what he found. When we were kids, we used to sing a song that went something like, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." And what we've discovered is that's not true. In fact, one heals probably a little bit more enduringly than another. Words, once they are spoken, cannot be taken back. Words, once they are heard, cannot be unheard. So it's important, if relationships matter to us, that we know what works and what doesn't work when we consider how we speak to each other. And what Gottman found is that there were 4 traits that were so damaging to a relationship that he called them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. In Revelation, in the book of Revelation, in the Christian scriptures, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse were the bringers of death. And so he saw these as 4 indicators that if we're not addressed correctly and soon and effectively, would essentially bring on the death of the relationship. He also noted that in a disagreement, if the start-up, the initial bringing up of the concern, was what he considered a harsh start-up, then the relationship was even more likely to fail. And these are the 4 destroyers of relationship. They are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and what he calls stonewalling. What is stonewalling? It's when you basically stop listening. It's like checking out, if not physically, then mentally. And the most important one to get, because it's the one that starts everything, is criticism. Because what happens with criticism is you criticize someone and then they get upset, and then you get upset, and then it gets to a point where you kind of just don't even like the sight of each other anymore, and it moves to something that is contemptuous. It's like disgust. And through it all, you have this element of defensiveness because the other person is feeling attacked. And finally, it's just like, psh, I'm done. Don't talk to me anymore. I don't want to hear it. And what he noticed, though, is that the marriage masters didn't do these things. But it doesn't mean that they didn't complain, that they didn't have things that kind of messed them up and upset them and threw them off sideways. What's true from his research, his observation that 70% of the relationship issues never get resolved, is that we're not really all that adept at making changes. Instead, we want to become adept at knowing how to handle if things aren't the way we want, after we effectively and try effectively to make a request. What's true also is that we will always have complaints about each other. My friend, Dr. Martha Creek, Reverend Dr. Martha Creek, says where two or more are gathered, there will be bristling, which is exactly what we want to get better at understanding. The problem, of course, is that none of us really got trained in how to speak in a way that actually elicits a change in behavior from someone else. And part of the reason is exactly that. We're looking for a request that is kind of one-sided, and I'll talk about that in a moment. First, let's just discern a little bit about complaint versus criticism. Complaint is behavior related. It's this situation happens and I feel a certain way and I would like to see that different. Situational. Criticism, in the way he defines it, is characterized by the word you, often followed by the words always, never, should. Can you relate? I see a few nods. There is nothing that's fun when somebody else says to you, you always, you never, or you should. It doesn't feel good when people say it to us. Good thing to remember, Jesus taught us to do unto others as we would have them do unto us. Let's remember that. And yet, when I started doing research about how can we complain more effectively, what I discovered is that for the most part, it's pretty damn one-sided. And by that I mean, what we get is, I am requesting this because of this that happens during a situation. And I honestly think that's only half of the conversation. So here's my suggestion to you about how we can work with this. Because I think it's so important, Unity's second principle is that we're all connected. We need to aim for power with people, not power over people. And when we are making a request or a demand, and it is ineffective, then it is so easy for it to be understood and interpreted as someone trying to have power over me. So we need to try and find a way to make it so you can say what you want to say, request what you would like to see, and leave a place that's open for discussion. And for that, I think we need to shift our thinking into something that I call both and. So, the first thing we want to do, imagine, for example, that, let's pick an example, that somebody is coming home from work every day, and the thing that they want to do is come home and they're tired, and they want to eat supper, and then they sit on the couch all for the rest of the night. Imagine that's one partner. The other partner is like, I've got home from work and we're having dinner and I would like to spend some time connected with you. Let's go for a walk. And there are these two different feelings, different experiences. Over time, one doesn't even recognize there's a problem, but he kind of does because he's picking up the vibe of irritation from the partner. The partner is feeling frustrated because they're not feeling as if they're being heard, or perhaps that they're being seen. So imagine that scenario. So the very first question that I think we should ask is this. That's the idea of coming together. The first question we should ask is this: how much does it matter? And the reason I say that is often we get upset about stuff that truly doesn't matter. So the very first question we want to know is, how much does it matter? Not to the other person, not to the world in general, not to my mom or my sister or my best friend who's in a marriage as well, but how much does it matter to me? And am I expecting someone to be different than who they are? So that all comes into the does it matter part. One of my favorite teachers at seminary used to say, other people are not failed attempts at being you. I love that. Other people are not failed attempts at being you. Of course, we are all different. If you're not convinced of that, think of your fingerprint, or go to the airport and put your eye in an iris scanner, and out of all the billions of people on the planet, they know who you are. Each one of us is different. So, are we expecting sameness rather than unity? Are we expecting uniformity rather than unity? And then notice the questions you might be telling yourself, or the stories you might be telling yourself about what it means. He's coming home from work, and then he's having dinner, and then he's going to sit on the couch, and that means he doesn't love me, he's not listening to me, he blah, blah, blah. All of which may be true and may not. And having decided that it does matter, that I either need clarity or this is something that is actually harming our relationship because I'm holding resentment. If I'm starting to stew so much that I only see that negative aspect, then yes, it's time to make a complaint. And the first thing we want to do when we make a complaint is we want to use soft words. We need to create a place that feels safe for us and for the other person. And that means that we can't go in there guns a-blazing with you always, you never, you should. Didn't they teach you? All those things that feel like an attack. Instead, use softer words. Words like, our relationship is important to me, and because of that, there is something I want to share with you. Can you see how much more receptive that might be than you always, you should, you never? The Persian poet Rumi wrote, raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. Raise your words, not voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. So start gently. And then, and this is something that I learned in a practice called the connection practice. The only one that I found so far that does this. And that is to then ask them what their experience is. But get that person to start talking to you by saying something like, in this example that I spoke about, I'm guessing that when you come home from work, you're pretty tired and all you want to do is put your feet up. That's probably a pretty reasonable guess. And they will say yes or no about whether or not that's true. Well, guess what? Now you're having a conversation. How amazing. And then you can say your part. I understand now why you're coming home and wanting to sit. And at the same time, here is what I am feeling. So you share your experience. And then from that, you make your request. I would love it if before you sit on the couch, after dinner, we find a way that we could go for a short walk or have a chat over coffee. Make a request. Not a request of, you never do this again, because that's not going to work. But more of a, what I hope to see is. And then ask them what they think. In the interest of both and, ask what their ideas are. Can we find a way to make this work so that you can get the rest that you are longing for, and I can get the time with you for the connection that I'm feeling like I'm missing? And it's true that there are going to be times when the person is going to say no. And then you go back to part one. Does it matter? And if it still matters, then a different discussion might have to be made, but I promise you that 80%, if not more, of your relationship challenges can be solved if you use a framework something like this. Where each of you go, okay, this matters to me too. I don't want you to feel like that. I do want to sit on the couch. Maybe we could do it every second night. Maybe we make a time on the week. Like, find a way, but you're having a discussion without making each other wrong. And when you get to that, does it matter a second time, and maybe even the first time, there is a lot of value to the idea of asking yourself the question, what if I didn't mind? how could my life be lighter if I didn't mind that they came home and sat on the couch? Or whatever it is, they have this habit of, complaining as soon as they walk in the house. What if I didn't mind? What if I just kind of saw that and went, oh, that's so-and-so doing their thing again? What if I didn't take it on? Starts there, then it goes around. It doesn't matter if yes, use soft words. Open the discussion. Guess what it is that they're experiencing, because almost everyone is doing things from their own point of view, and it seems very reasonable, whatever they're doing to them. So guess what it is. Then share your idea and your feelings. Make the request. Ask for their ideas to help solve it. In this way, your criticisms will go down. They won't go away, probably, but that's okay. Our goal is to criticize less, or to complain more effectively, to make change without making the other person wrong. In this way, we complain in a way that improves our connection. And isn't that what we all want in our relationships? I bless you. Hi, Lovey.
Well, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Needed to hear that.
Actually, if everybody took some photographs of this. So they're going on the fridge, probably.
An open heart, an open hand, just a softer place to land. Maybe a kind word you've been told before, but you never heard from a stranger. Someone you have never met before. Someone could be opening a door. Do you always take the beaten track? The same way there and the same way back. Wonder what you'd find if you took some time with a stranger. Someone you have never met before. Someone could be opening a door. We look but we don't see. Close our eyes so easily and we miss the chance to say, is there something I could do for you? For you. And in the morning when you rise, do you say, I'm gonna try? When you lay your head to rest, can you say, I did my best for a stranger? Someone you have never met before. Someone could be opening a door. We look but we don't see. Close our eyes so easily and we miss the chance to say, is there something I could do for you? something I could do for you, something I could do to help you through, 'cause helping you might just help me too. Help me too. La 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 la.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm back. Please join us in person and on Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation from 10:30 to 11:15. That's a.m. Thank God, eh? We check in with each other. We enjoy a guided meditation, and we read the names of the people on our prayer list. To add a person to the prayer list, please fill in the prayer request slip found in your welcome packet with the person's first name and the first initial of their last name. Place it in the offering basket, or send us an email, or submit a prayer request on our website or app. And also, please join us on Zoom on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Wisdom Wednesday, for a discussion about the previous Sunday's message. You could probably use that formula for that, right? You know, does it matter, you know, and et cetera, for the, you know, Wisdom Wednesday there. We explore and share ideas in a safe and confidential space. The Zoom link is on the website, in the weekly email, and on the app. A replay of the talk can be found on our website and on our app, but if you don't have time to watch the talk, feel free to join anyway. The discussions are enriching and enlightening. You are all invited to sign up or renew your free membership of Unity of New Westminster. Members are allowed to vote at our annual meeting of the membership in April. And to become a member or to renew your membership, please fill in a paper membership form or fill in the form on our website. We are grateful for your gifts which support our ministry. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments, so if you are not placing anything into the basket, please bless it silently when it comes by you. Then pass the basket along as we sing our blessing song. Please bring to mind something you're grateful for. We are so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And we are so blessed. We're blessed to have you as musicians here today. Beverly, Chris, thank you so much. It's such a gift when you are here. Thank you to our AV team, our greeters, to Cliff, who's gone downstairs to make coffee, to Ronnie and Diane for our platforming today, and for all of you. One thing I do want to talk about or invite you to is if you are someone who likes to sing, we are putting together a group of singers for Easter. And the person who knows the music and who can give you links to how to practice at home and so on is our beautiful Penny Detwiller, who also, by the way, is the person who manages our prayer list every week and is an angel. So if you are able to sing and you want to join us on Easter Sunday, then please connect with Penny if you haven't already done so. A few weeks ago, on Valentine's Day, we had our vivacious volunteer Valentine's veneration. Remember that? And it was just a hoot. It was so much fun. And I would like to share with you just a short slideshow from that. So I'm hoping, Glenn, you may have to put some music on. I'm not sure, and I will click on it to see if it'll work. Here we go. It's just a couple of minutes.
Well, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side. Well, we don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe there's trouble and sorrow. We'll travel the road, sharing our load,
Side by side.
through all kinds of weather. What if the sky should fall? Who cares? As long as we're together, it really doesn't matter at all. When we've all had our quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just traveling along, singing a song.
Side by side. That's Peter Williams. He's the person who is our entertainer. Yes, he's fantastic. This is Cindy being like Vanna. And then this is just a little video of it from the song. Isn't that fun? We actually recorded the whole thing. But one of the things that how our recordings are set up is that unless the sound goes through the soundboard, it doesn't get picked up by the recording. And we didn't think about having a couple of mics facing the crowd so that the sound could be picked up. So the only actual video that has actual sound that we can really use is that last little bit of video, which came from Gisela. Thank you. What was really interesting about that day is how many people in our community are part of our volunteer teams. And it's just a real highlight. Some people were in almost every one of those shots. Most of those shots were, the past boards and people who have helped in the kitchen and people who have helped with platforming and greeting and so on. And we are such a community of people who just get together, have fun, Peter's response, by the way, he used to play in bars before he retired and just does this now for fun, was he was so impressed with the people at Unity of New Westminster because they sounded like they were having as much fun as people who were alcohol imbibed in a bar. So I just thought that was really cool. We do have a good time here. So let us get together into our circle and we'll sing our peace song and then we'll sing our prayer for protection. And please join us for coffee after the service. Thanks all for being here and thanks for being part of this community. Be kind to each other.
Namaste, all that bullshit, you know.
Hi, Zev. How you doing?
Got a second-degree burn.
Oh, dear.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as Creator, family all we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well.
Put it in the trunk.
I need to get my computer, but thank you. Hang on.
You need it?
Thanks, everyone. Let's head downstairs and have some fun together.